Recently, Ohio enacted its own mini WARN Act, which largely mirrors the federal WARN Act, but as of September 29th, imposes some additional requirements on employers. Similar to the federal WARN Act, Ohio's mini WARN Act requires that employers provide at least 60 days advance written notice to employees affected by a plant closing or a mass layoff. Like federal WARN, Ohio's mini WARN Act applies to employers that employ 100 or more full-time employees or employees who work, in the aggregate, more than 4,000 hours per week. However, although the Ohio mini WARN Act explicitly states that it does not establish a different standard than that established by federal statutes and regulations, it does impose some additional requirements. First, covered employers must include, for notices to unions or unrepresented employees, a detailed statement explaining the reason for the plant closing or mass layoff. How detailed this statement must be remains to be seen, as this is a new law without any guidance or case interpretation as of now. This requirement will require employers to consider what information they are allowed to share about the usually difficult situations surrounding these notices. Second, in addition to other government officials that must be notified, a notice must be sent to the chief elected official of both the local municipality and county in which the plant closing or mass layoff occurs. Lastly, although a bit ambiguous in how it is drafted, the Ohio Mini WARN Act appears to expand the threshold for when notice is required. Under federal WARN, required notice when an employer lays off 50 to 499 full-time employees is only required when the amount being laid off represents 33% or more of the site's workforce. Ohio appears to eliminate that 33% requirement, making notice required any time 50 or more employees are laid off by a covered employer. Apart from Ohio, employers should remember that there are 14 other states and cities that have mini WARN Acts and 10 other states with similar statutes, all imposing additional, unique requirements and obligations on employers. Employers planning reductions in force should prepare well in advance to avoid noncompliance. For information, or should you have any questions, please feel free to contact a member of Akin's Labor and Employment team. We will also link our prior LaborSpeaks on WARN notices.